Hey everyone, it's Prime with Iron Octopus Fitness, and today is another Technique Tuesday where I'm going to talk about a specific type of stance and how you can incorporate that stance into several different exercises. So today is going to be all about the B stance. Alright, so today I want to talk about the B stance, like the letter B, not the animal B. When we're doing bilateral lifts, our legs form kind of an A frame. So this is an A stance when your feet are side by side and you're doing an exercise with this A frame. The flip side to that is kind of a single leg stance where I have one leg that's really working and my other leg is completely off the ground. And I'm going through, in this case, a hip hinge like that. The B stance kind of bridges together these two things. Number one, this idea that we need to work on stability because that's part of the single leg exercise. But number two, this idea that like, maybe I want to lift more weight and not have to always worry about falling on my face. So that's where B stance comes in. I highly recommend that you incorporate this into your regular lifting routine along with bilateral exercises and single leg exercises. So they all have their place, but this is what we're going to talk about. B stance is essentially in between, where one leg is doing the majority of the work, and the other leg is still on the ground, supporting your weight and helping you balance, but not doing any work. So a B stance squat would essentially look like, I'm going to work my left leg. I basically just have my toes and kind of the ball of my foot planted on the ground, and I'm going to sink down into my squat form, and because I still have this support here, this stability, I can really focus on my form, and then I'm going to stand back up. But my right leg isn't actually doing any work other than providing support. I'm not pressing through my right foot. I'm still getting all of that exercise and all of that work through my left leg. B stance is really great for exercises where maybe you can't do a single leg yet. Maybe you can't do a single leg squat because you just don't have the stability or the strength. So with a B stance, you can work on your form and build up your strength and get yourself to a single leg stance. The other place where B stances are really great are single leg Romanian deadlifts, which I just demonstrated earlier, where this single leg Romanian deadlift is a lot of balance. And so sometimes your form suffers and you don't actually get to work on the hip stabilizers and the glutes like you want to. So if we do a B stance, where in this case my left leg is going to be working, same thing, right? My right leg just has the toes planted, it's just supporting me. I'm going to hinge my hips backwards and stand up. So this is still all of my left leg doing all of the work, but my right leg is helping to support me. What this means is that I can actually add more weight to this because I'm not worried about falling forward on my face or having to like keep my foot up in the air and not fall down. I'm focusing on the form, and now I can add more weight than maybe I would be able to add with a single leg. So those are two exercises that you can use B stance with. A B stance squat, where you can really focus on your single leg squat without having to worry about falling over, or a B stance kind of Romanian deadlift, which is this hip hinge back and forward, where you can increase your weight and make sure that your form is good without having to worry about falling on your face. The last B stance exercise that I think is really great is the B stance hip thrust. You can also do this with a glute bridge where your shoulders are on the ground instead of elevated on the bench. So just like with everything else, I'm going to pick which leg I want to be working. In this case, I'll work my right leg. So this foot is going to be flat and anchored on the ground. In the case of a hip thrust, I'm going to kind of kick my other foot out so that my heel is on the ground in this case. So providing support for me so I don't like tip to one side when I'm doing my hip thrust, but most of the work is going to be in my right leg. So that's your B stance, kind of your intermediate stance between a bilateral exercise like a squat and a single leg exercise, where you can develop greater stability and increase your strength because you can lift more weight without worrying about falling on your face. Have fun.